Hi, welcome back to the Tracie Trendy Show, my lovelies. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness. There was a lot of traction in the comments section from my latest video. Some of the comments were deleted, not by me, my lovelies, not by me. They were reported and removed, but there was someone in particular dropping some tea, supposedly. Now, not all tea is good tea. Some tea is arsenic tea, poisonous tea, meaning maybe perhaps it's not to nourish our inquiring minds. So let me just tell you, my lovelies, I got contacted by Rachel and Daonte. All right? They are definitely beefing. And they are beefing with the person that commented in the section of my video. And at first, I thought it was real good tea, but then she poured something that I know for a fact did not coincide with I knew to be a fact. So I'm thinking I just got a catfish, and I went about my merry way. And a while later, I came back to check my comments, and Daonte was blowing me up. And then later Rachel. And the other person, third person that they're beefing with is a fan. That's the person they're really beefing with, is the fan. Or AKA, stalker, allegedly. That's who they're beefing with. And Daonte has shown me receipts. I've talked to him and Rachel. There's a lot of things I cannot say, but Daonte said he's an open book, and I can pour all the tea. Now, Rachel revealed a lot too, but I'm going to protect the innocent, okay? I am going to protect the innocent. I am going to tell you what this supposedly went down. Okay, apparently this is early when they first started the show. Newfound, throwing in the forefront of fame, just whatever, celebrity, whatever you want to call it. And this lady, her name is Penny. She said she was talking to Rachel. She gave her a sob story. It was true. Unfortunately, one of her sons died. And Rachel has a soft heart. She's like a block of cheese, and we're Swiss cheese, and we are all jaded. Like, lady, why are you being so gullible, Rachel? Okay, but she's loves wholeheartedly, and we're kind of we got Swiss cheese. Stop it, Junior, and everybody else got they got her and Daonte just love wholeheartedly, like a whole block of government cheese. Okay, so anyway, Daonte was not going to allow Rachel to go to this person's home without him. Rachel drove 9 hours from Michigan to Virginia, and Daonte drove 4 hours. All right. The weekend, the first day they were there, it was fine. And after that, things started getting a little fishy. He saw her taking a picture or two. They were on their phones, doing their social media thing, and she would snap a picture, and, he thought that was kind of, whatever. And then, Junior, hold up. I got a little guy I want to say all the tea here, but sorry. The next thing, she posed with him, and then she uploaded that picture in 5 minutes on social media. Still, whatever. She was seemed like a nice lady. And then Rachel said, I got to hit the road. She got a 9-hour drive ahead of her. The lady was like, why don't you have breakfast? And so she kind of caved in and had breakfast. And so Daonte, all of them had breakfast at the Waffle House. Then she said, let's go to the mall. Begrudgingly, they all went to the mall, and then that's where she said that Nicole works there. at the nail salon. And what happens if you bump into Nicole? And Daonte thought to himself, I don't really care. Just act like I don't see her. Because she had mentioned earlier that she doesn't live too far from them. And he's, like, I don't care. But anyway, so that was it. That was the weekend. But she has constantly started, she was constantly texting and calling and dropping in the DMs of Instagram, talking to both Daonte and Rachel. And Rachel, like me, would be responding to all her comments. And she will talk about cast members and how, like, for example, should she invite Stan to her house along when they came? And, but Stan can't stay at her house. He had to stay in a motel. And then she mentioned about Stan telling her, she could come visit him. And I don't know if this is all true. This is what, that was the screenshots that I've seen that Daonte gave me. So, but they are true. I saw what she wrote, so they are true. But I don't know, was it true of her reporting? So anyway, she seemed, according to Daonte, she seemed to have a fascination with the cast. She talked about John and how John is on Tinder and stuff like that, looking for a girlfriend. I do know that John flirts, but it doesn't go further than that. She mentioned that Tia uses the N-word. And she posted a text message, sent it to Daonte. He sent it to me. It's more in the vein of, what's up, my N. I don't think anyone should be using it, especially people who are not black. I don't even think black people should use it, to tell you the truth. But, yeah, that was in the vein of it. And I know Nicole had kind of the same kind of stuff in hers. So, that was all going on, So she's trash talking Tia and Nicole, but then in the next breath, when she's been ignored by Rachel and Daonte, they both blocked her. First, Daonte was ignoring her. And that was working for Daonte. But Rachel couldn't ignore it because she felt like, oh, the lady's so sweet and blah, blah, blah. I can't ignore her. But Daonte was fine. She was messing, because she was getting something out of Rachel. So Rachel was responding, just like I respond to a lot of my comments. So, he told her, you need to do the same thing. You need to ignore or block. And she's like, I can't. But it was coming too much because she has their phone numbers. She has addresses. She has everything. So eventually they both blocked her. And things got really bad. Then, you have to really, I have to protect the innocent here. So you have to create in your mind, what could someone do to allegedly get revenge? And not just one thing. She's throwing everything in the kitchen sink at Rachel. And there's legal action. Daonte, she has shown him, she has allegedly recorded him. Not only just took a picture, but videotaped him in the bathroom. I mean, she's got cameras in the bathroom. So you can only imagine how many videos she has of other people because they were there 2 days. But Daonte has OnlyFans. I don't know. But it's still an invasion of privacy. But she has all of this stuff. Her own son, surviving son, is checked out. He is checked out, according to Daonte. She was crying just over him taking out the trash because her own son won't do it. She just burst into tears. But this lady wants to have the cast members in her lives. She felt as if Daonte and Nicole ignored her and called her a host instead of a friend. And, like, why are you doing social media? They were new to the game and, they do have other things. Just because you're staying with someone, you're not just going to be 100% on them all the time. Mm-hmm. So, the weekend was over. That's what they thought. But it wasn't over because the lady was mad. She's really mad at Rachel. Then she'll go to Daonte, but now they're kind of like both her targets. But really, Rachel's her target. She's really throwing everything at Rachel, and it's allegedly, and she has shown proof to Daonte that she has some weapons. Not weapons physically, as weapons as we know, but just like some, some things that some people consider as a blackmail. And it's not necessarily something that they did intentionally, but you got cameras all around the house. And this lady's mind, is moving and creating things. She's trying to create chaos. And people just want to carve out peace in their lives. They don't, and this lady seems like she's got all the time in the world to stir the pot. And the pot and the stew she's stirring got some arsenic in it. We can't be drinking that tea, my lovelies. I only give my followers on this channel the potent stuff, not the poison. Okay? But she is making a living hell out of Daonte and Rachel's life. To the point where Rachel regrets ever being on the show. And I'm like, Rachel, you were one of the stars of the show. You were, yes, the show is kind of trashy TV ratchetness, but you brought a new element to the show. Do not let this nut, allegedly nut, because there's nuts everywhere, okay? They're everywhere. Mentally unstable people. Don't let it ruin it for you. Because I got people who are unstable where I work, okay? So they're, it's like a box of chocolate. You never know what you're going to get. So, that is what Rachel's regretting. And she regrets that she ever answered that lady's message and the whole show in all over. And I'm like, don't regret the show. Come back on the show. Have a spinoff. Get more money this time. And you could have some bargaining power. Not push too hard. Don't go hardball, but just say, I'm down for this, but not for that. And negotiate a good check for yourself. Don't write the show off. Because now you're already in the forefront. So you might as well just ride with it and make something, even better. Because you didn't come out bad at all. You just ran into bad company. That's my opinion. So basically, that is it, my lovelies. This lady is blackmailing them. She poured some tea, supposedly her arsenic tea. She's trying to poison some of the comments down there with some of this tea. And it got removed. Not by me, because I didn't know. I just walked away. I come in and out of the comments at different times of the day. And Daonte said he reported some of the comments. So, and they got into it. I'm not interviewing Penny. I don't just I have never interviewed anyone yet. Okay? I'm willing to, but I want the truth. I'm a truth seeker. I'm not going to just go from one angle. Take for instance the Shane and Lacey and John thing. Really Shane and Lacey. I've seen documents. I don't really go with whatever someone says. But Rachel's a good person. Daonte, Daonte's sweet. And he showed me evidence. Okay? So I have to go with what I see. And when I saw legit. So, and it's just wrong. People go on a show, they don't make a lot of money on that show. Especially when they first start off. Now, they could make more. At that time, it was $2,000. Now it's $3,000. But they will get more as popular. If you're more popular, you'll get more. Especially at your second season. That's whatever per episode. It's not $3,000 for the whole season. It's, if you start off new, $3,000 per episode. If you're famous, got popular, you're more popular, you'll get a little more money. So, Rachel, don't let this mess up your bag. You got kids that you got to send to college. So, and then you got this mess to figure out and pay for. So, my lovelies, let's have a discussion in the comment section. Okay, let's have a discussion in the comment section. This may be continued on, but basically, Daonte and Rachel are through with this person. They are done. She's stirring the pot. She's circled back into their lives and seems like she will never go away. And they want this to end. And life's too short, okay, for someone to just, this lady seems to have a lot of extra time on her hands. And, well, some things just cannot continue. It can't continue like this. So I'm going to end it right here. You guys let me know. You know what you have to do. Subscribe. Hit the notification bell because the tea is pouring. All right. Drop a line in the comment section because we always get visitors there. And sometimes there's some good tea. Sometimes there's good tea. I didn't co-sign to that, that arsenic. I just said, I'm sipping the tea. I didn't swallow. I just sipped it. Let it simmered in my mouth. And I walked away because she said something that didn't ring true. And I questioned her about it. I don't think that's in there anymore, because I had a question for her. But anyway, my lovelies, you know what you got to do. Let's get down to it, okay? It's love, peace, and hair grease. Hair grease. How about hair grease, okay? So I'll check you all on the flip side.